Hello, this is Richard with Writing Above SEO. Right now we're going to be doing an analysis of key-of-egypt.com. Right now here's the home page of the website. As we can see, it's welcome to our website. A few things that I did notice just looking here. It does give people the option to choose tabs. The very top of the screen, I just see a title description of home, and I'll talk about that here in a few minutes. But we can see on here has this main page. It allows people to go to different options for cruises here. Gives them the options. One thing I don't see is the ability to purchase on the site, so I'm not sure if it's designed that way so that they have to call you. Okay, so you have them contact you by email or phone number. Not sure if it's possible to have them just purchase on the website. That would actually make it a lot easier, and people might purchase now if they're really interested in some of these cruises. So it looks like it's not sure how long ago this was made, but you might want something on here to capture their information as well, besides just contacting. So that you can remarket to these people if they don't buy right now. That way they can buy later if they choose to. Next, looked at the site speed, and there's some things on here. Your site doesn't pass usability guidelines, so there's some things that need to be addressed for the site. So you run it at about 4 seconds, which is okay. You can see on here industry comparisons, excellent. If you get in the 3s, 4 seconds is good, and then if you go farther, it's not so good. A few fixes could reduce the loading time by 5 seconds. So it could be, there's probably some caching things and other things that can be done to make the site a little faster. Next, I did an analysis, an SEO score for the site. Right now it's at a 32 out of 100. There's definitely things to improve upon. Favicon icon, that's the little icon in the top left of the browser tab. That actually gives like a little picture. Google likes to see those things, makes it more appealing to your customer. Here's what I was talking about with the title tags. This says home. You want something describing the website and what it's about. Meta description, you definitely want some type of meta description because that gives more in-depth information about your website, and Google will let you do up to 160 characters. So utilize that so that when Google crawls through your site, that they will find what you want them to find and relate you to that business. Some images on here that don't have alt text. Definitely make sure that you're describing what each picture is about. So 10 out of the 14 images, 4 of them need it. And 8 out of the 14 images use underscores. That's this little line, underline here. Get rid of that, put some dashes on there because Google doesn't like underscores, or the search engines don't. H tags, you want to at least have an H1 because that is not just a bolding tag, but it also explains and gives some headway so that when the search engines are searching, they see an important aspect of the website when they have H tags. So H1 is the most important, H2 and H3 go into least more important, but also shows an importance to what you want Google to look at for your site. 142 words on the page. Your main page is one picture with a description. I would change that to maybe create it more interactive, maybe a slider. First page doesn't necessarily need a lot of content, but then your inner pages do, so you might want to work on this. You do have a sitemap and a robots.txt, which is good. There's no schema. That's your address stuff telling them where your business is. So there is an issue with some of the web documents. Needs to be addressed, and it actually tells you where it is. If you are going to have people purchase from the site, make sure you have an SSL. SSL also helps with your rankings. So if you want to rank higher, get an SSL. Alright, so when we ran the speed test, you ran it at 4 seconds, but it says your page speed score is 11, and that's out of 100. A lot of things that can be done to improve that. So you see there's a lot of issues here. A lot of issues with your images. You're not passing mobile optimization. Also for rankings, you have to be mobile optimized. So right now you get a 73, and that's out of 100. And as you can see on here, when we look at this little picture, the words are really tiny, so people can't read them. Get some Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus share buttons on the site. Especially being a tour site, you want people to be able to share those pages, possibly after they've been on one of your tours and they really enjoyed it. Ask them to share that page so that you can get more exposure, and people are more likely to come back to you if you do that kind of stuff. It's a brand new site. When I checked it out, we'll look at it here in a second. All right. So next we're going to go into the analysis of the site, the metrics. I can see domain authority is 1, so it means it's a brand new website or not much has been done to it. Also, when I check the metrics, it also verifies that the domain age is 1 year old. You are indexed, which is important for actually trying to rank and get higher in Google. And when I check backlinks, you don't have any backlinks or anything, and I can verify that here with all these zeros. Not mobile friendly again. It's too tiny when people are looking at it. Next we have, I was trying to see if it would pull any keywords. Right now you're not pulling any keywords that rank when I search for that. And now here's an example of different keywords you possibly might want to target. Now, the more higher volume, generally the higher competition, and I'll show you that comparison here in a minute. But if you just go for Egypt, it's 301,000 search results. That would be great to have, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be very competitive with that keyword. When you get started with Egypt travel, Egypt tours, probably looking at anywhere between a 40 and 60% competitiveness on that keyword, and that will take a lot to actually rank it. So what I would actually suggest, going for a lot of your smaller keywords, and I'm going to show you that here. So you see we have on here foreign travel to Egypt, cost of excursions in Egypt. And what you're going to want to do with these keywords is you're going to want to write blogs. Write blogs, include the keyword, include keywords that are similar to this, not exactly, so that when the search engines crawl your website, they'll look at your blog and possibly relate it. And you see it, as you see on here, average monthly searches says NA because it's too low, but people are searching for this stuff. So it's important. So once you start getting rankings for these, the bigger keywords will start coming into play, because then Google is going to create that relation. So now what we're looking at here is for the first one of the words we're looking at is Egypt tours. This gives me the search volume is 2,900 searches per month, and it's a keyword difficulty of 43%. What that tells me is there's a medium level of difficulty for these keywords. As you can see on here, your domain was a 1. These people's a 47, 54, 48, 18. So it is possible to get in there, but you have to create a lot of relevancy for your site to be able to do that. Next, we have on here Egypt travel. This one's more difficult at a 61%, but it's a 3,600 search volume keyword. So you see in here, there's a lot more action going on with the pictures. You got some ads on here. The other one had ads. This one has more information about it. This one has popular destinations in Egypt for people to go to. You got Egypt.travel, which is domain authority 58, 95, 89, 90, 81. So there's a lot of building up for your site that will need to be done to be able to rank for this keyword in particular. Next, we have sightseeing tours in Egypt. Search volume is a lot lower at a 10, but the keyword difficulty is also a lot lower, so 33%. So this is something where you can actually get on Google, make sure you have your local citations correctly so that you can rank for this stuff. So we are looking at, see, domain authorities are lower here. So there's work to be done, but this is one of the ones that you'd want to focus on along with those other keywords that we were showing as having NAs. So definitely start writing some blogs, put them on your website so that people can search it, and also put those icons on there for Facebook, Twitter, and your social media so that people can share it, because you're going to want that exposure. So I know you have that Facebook page, and utilize that also with your blog. So there's a lot of things need to be done to be able to rank higher in the search engines. So this was an analysis. So there's a lot of things that that need to be done so that the site can rank higher. Uh, when I was searching for your information, when I was looking at your discovery form, you said that the business is to be a travel agency that brings customers and tourists to Egypt. So you definitely want to get people to come there. So you're focusing on the United States to do that, and in Europe. So you are doing social media advertising. There's a lot of things to be done. So what I would suggest is first start with your blog. Go with some of those smaller keywords that were in the video. Go back, look at them, pull them, and then just start writing about that kind of stuff. Take pictures so that people are more intrigued, and start with that aspect. And what we can also do is, depending on how you want to proceed from here, I can talk to you about that, whether by Facebook or if you want to email me. But that was an analysis of the website, key-of-egypt.com. My name is Richard with Rising Above SEO. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.